Hey, I'm Efrey Chippen, and this is Music to My Ears. I'm here to talk about some of the magic that goes on behind the scenes of some of our favorite records, the people that are working to help the artists take their ideas and bring them into musical reality. I have no idea who I am. Who is anybody really, philosophically? I'm a producer, engineer, mixer, and I get paid to listen to music. Everybody asks me my favorite projects that I've worked on, and honestly, I have no idea. Like, there's so many talented people, and there's so many situations that I've been in that I really can't pick one. I ended up in Nashville by accident, and I never thought that I would be here. I'm a New Jersey kid. I grew up on hip-hop music, and now I'm in the middle of country. And what's incredible at this town is that there are so many people working at such a high creative level, and everybody looks out for each other, and everybody is friendly, and everybody helps each other out. And that's part, I think, of what the magic of Nashville is, and that's what makes country music not only great storytelling and great music, but just a great community. I'm choosing to talk about the people behind the music because a lot of people listen to these artists and they talk about the songs and they talk about the artists, but they don't realize that there's this incredible ecosystem of creatives that are working behind the scenes with these artists to bring their dreams and their visions to reality. Cool, let's listen to some tunes. Man, where do I start? JR, John Randall, is an incredible talent, amazing writer, singer, performer. His wife, Jessie, is also an incredible performer, incredible singer, incredible writer. It's a fun story. They wrote this song because Chris Christopherson is one of their idols. It came up in the middle of a writing session where they were just talking about ideas and floating around with this stuff, and one of them said, well, we should just sing this about Christopherson. They ended up writing this whole song about Chris and sending it to him, and he called him back the next day and told him that he was listening to this over and over and he absolutely loved it. So it's just an amazing example of what happens in Nashville, where you have this incredible legacy artist and these new people singing about stuff and bringing the past into the present. One of the things that's unique about Nashville is you find these power couples like John and Jessie, and they've worked with literally everybody in the business. They've worked with Miranda Lambert and Dierks Bentley. They've been nominated for Grammys and CMTs and ACMs and all of this amazing stuff. And I know them as two people who have a couple of great kids, and they have this really great house, and they go to work every day, except instead of going to work for an accounting office, they just write hit songs for people. It's amazing. Okay, cool. Let's listen to some more music. That sounds good. I wonder who mixed that. This is a song that actually we all did together. This was something that I did with JR, with an artist named Parker McCullum, and one of the featured players on this is a guy named Jerry Rowe, and that's who we're going to talk about. Nashville is full of freakishly talented people, and Jerry Rowe is one of these people. This guy is a ridiculous drummer, top A-level session drummer, but also an incredible bass player. And what's super weird about this song is he actually ended up playing the bass first, and then he ended up playing the drums, which is completely unheard of, and you have to be just a complete freak to be able to do that just in general. Other than his life as a A-level session guitar player and bassist on the biggest records that you've ever heard, Parker McCullum, Morgan Wallen, literally everyone. He is also the drummer in this completely killer underground sludge rock band out of Nashville called Friendship Commanders, and they are freaking awesome. I'm gonna put these back on again and we're gonna listen to another song. Rascal Flatts, What Hurts the Most. Massive song. One of Dan Huff's first productions. He's played on literally so many records, it's unbelievable. Everything from Michael Jackson to Top Gun soundtrack to literally everything. He told me that when they did this record, they had mixed it on these really small speakers, and when he heard it on the radio, he almost freaked out and cried because it just didn't sound right, and he was super scared that he wasn't gonna have a hit. Turns out he's had all the hits. Let's hear another one. One of my favorite things about this track is just the emotion in it, just the vibe and how Ashley's vocal works in and out of this beautiful sonic landscape, just tells an incredible story, and It just feels amazing to me. Like I listen to this track and I just drift away. This is something that we got to do in collaboration with Gina Johnson, and Gina is an amazing up-and-coming producer, engineer, worked on tons of killer records with my good friend Dave Cobb, who's produced God and Everyone. I mean, it's kind of like Dave and Dan Huff are like in a competition to see who's the most awesome. Gina's worked on a ton of records with him, and now she's on her own doing her own producing engineering. She just absolutely killed this track. Ashley's amazing, incredible singer. We got to work on it with a bunch of friends. It's one of the great privileges in life when you get to make great music with great friends. So it was very much fun. All right, one more. Chris Stapleton. I mean, this is the new Chris Stapleton record that's coming out, produced by our good friend Dave Cobb, mixed by our good friend Vance Powell, and mastered by our very good friend Pete Lyman of Infrasonic. I've gotten to hear the whole record. It's an amazing tour de force, something completely new from Stapleton, who's an incredible talent regardless, but man, this one is just like a level up. I'm so excited for this to come out. Pete Lyman, super interesting guy, grew up a punk kid, total hardcore scene, played in bands, toured all over the world, went to work as an IT specialist. Like, that didn't work. Ended up starting a record label and a studio in LA. Did records for everyone from At the Drive-In to Beck. Ended up moving out to Nashville. He's a mastering engineer. He masters all kinds of crazy records, everybody from Weezer to Panic at the Disco to Chris Stapleton to Brandy Carlisle to John Prine. And Stapleton's new record, man, it's just fun. It's a new page for Stapleton. Like, I'm really excited to see how people react to it. I think it's going to be amazing. That's music to my ears. Shout out to the CMA for having me, and make sure you like and subscribe for more.